Alright, how y'all doing? It's your boy Heroes Bane 1191. I play the hell out of Hearthstone, and I have been an active member of r/custom Hearthstone for 5+ years now. I'm deciding to try this out. I've never seen any, Hearthstone creator outside of like Kriparian try to rate custom Hearthstone cards. I'm no guru in balancing. If you've been on the subreddit, you know that I've had some really bad cards on there. You know, it's always a shot in the dark. But I wanted to go ahead and give this a shot, see where it goes, you know, and see how y'all feel about my ratings. I don't have a solid idea of where I want to start with this, so I think I'm gonna just keep it simple, and I'm gonna just do the I'm gonna say like the top 10 cards on the top list for this week, right? It is currently Sunday, so a whole week has went by, so we've got a lot of cards to review. I'm gonna just keep it simple for the first video. Like I said, I'm gonna just do 10 cards. I might mess around with like the new section or the rising section. We'll have to see how this goes, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first one here is from U/Evanger NW with an Ultra Gigasaur Eraser, 11 mana, 2815. It's obviously stranded as a humorous card. It's supposed to be like the antithesis to Ultra Gigasaur. Real funny. You know, it's really no notes for me on this one, right? It's 11 mana, 2815. Obviously, Big Druid would like to cheat this out. Pretty much any discounting deck would love to cheat this out. No special effects. It's just meant to, like I said, it's just meant to be a gag card, meant to just kill Ultra Gigasaur. And you know, you gotta respect the meme for it. So on a scale of 1-5, you know, I'll keep the rating simple. It's humorous. I'd go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? It's a callback to the Gigasaur meme and shit. So nothing, no big notes. Obviously, you know, I can't think of really any situation in which you would want to play this. Especially nowadays in today's Hearthstone, where just shit doesn't matter if you have an infinite hell. We have there was a new Murazon card or whatever where you set the attack damage to infinity. Yeah, that shit never. Even if you fucking give it stealth, like with the Druid card or with the Rogue card, it still never really makes it. You'd have to play something like Zamiri or whatever the hell that dragon card is from Priest that gives an extra turn in order for it to see any kind of viable play. And you know, so big stats don't really scare people nowadays in Hearthstone, modern Hearthstone, especially in late game. So like I said, you probably have to cheat this one out if you were to ever use it. But I mean, outside of that, cool card. Next one up, we have SI7 Letter Opener by Jepis Storm. I hope I said that right. I'm trying to get these names right, guys. You know, like I said, it's my first video. I'm not gonna be too hard on myself. It's a 0 mana rogue weapon, right? 0 mana rogue weapon, 0 attack, 1 durability with a death rattle. Draw a card. Now I saw this a couple days ago. Well, a couple days ago. It's been 1 day ago. Time's all messed up. I think this is really good, man. Combos, right? It's a 0 mana combo enabler, first off, which is just really fucking good. Now, granted, you would have to give this some degree of attack in order to benefit from the draw card. You know, in custom Hearthstone, well, in just Hearthstone in general, people do not like 0 mana draw card. It's deck thinning, right? It's something 29 card deck. If you've been on the Reddit subreddit, you've heard that before. It's a very big design no, I guess you would say, where you don't want to have just free, like I said, 0 mana draw card, or you know, 1 mana. I don't even know if 1 mana draw card counts, but yeah, you don't want just free deck thing. It's not that cool, right? But this is awesome because, like I said, it's 0 attack, so you have no way off the rip of getting this, benefiting from the death rattle. You would have to, you know, deadly poison it, or what people in the comments said, you'd have to just, you know, 2 mana rogue hero power it. So essentially it's 2 mana draw a card, which is but there's a lot of potential with this. Like I said, it's 0 mana combo enabler. Like, combo is still pretty fucking relevant with rogue, you know. So I'd say it's pretty fucking good. You would obviously have to run like 2 of these if you're gonna be putting it in the deck, because you know, like I said, 0 mana, and then you throw another SI7 letter opener on top of it to break the first one, and then hero power. So then it's 2 mana, draw 3 cards. 2 mana draw. No, it's 2 mana, draw 2 cards. I can't math today, guys. It's 7:51 in the morning. Here, let me go ahead and just. I'm gonna pop open the comments real quick, see what the sentiment is. Let's see. I'm not gonna read too deep into it. I'll just read the top comment from Chromestone saying that this one is interesting and it isn't as powerful as everyone thinks. A 2 mana draw 1 equip 1/2 weapon is bad. You need to run the other weapons for this to see play. And if your deck runs the other weapons, they probably want those weapons equipped. Duh. So if you already have your weapon equipped, this is a dead card. Drawing both early is nice, but not likely to happen. I feel like we need to see play data and to confirm whether it's busted or not, and I don't think it is. Let's see. You would always run 2 of this, so it could be 0 mana, draw 1, plus 2 mana, draw 1 as a 2-card combo. This is even better, but by no means broken. Yeah, so like, going through the comments, it seems like the sentiment is pretty much trying to figure out whether or not this card is busted or fair. I don't think it's busted, just given off of the 0 attack, you know, the initial 0 attack. Like, you've got to do some work around. You gotta invest into this card in order to see the playoff. I think it's pretty cool. Would I run it? I don't really play Rogue like that, you know what I'm saying? But if I did start playing Rogue, I would try to find a way to slot this, you know? 0 mana, draw a card at the end of the day. So scale of 1 to 5. Like I said, I don't play Rogue like this, so I don't know if I can give it a fair one. I'll keep it. I'll say 4 out of 5. I feel like that's fair. I was gonna say 3.5, but I don't feel like it's that bad. So I don't want to give it a 5 out of 5 either. Like I said, I don't play Rogue like that, but I can see the potential in this card. So I'll sit with a 4 out of 5. Now, actually, I am on top. I'm on the top a lot. I post cards a lot here. I don't know if I should review my own cards, but for this video, I guess I will. So next one up from Heroes Bane 1191, right? It's Ysera of Inceptions, right? Start of game. It's a 3 mana 3/4 neutral dragon. First of all, start of game. Cards that came from cards that came from cards that came from cards cost 0. So it's. When I made this card, it was based off the movie Inception. You know how they, and if you haven't seen it, it's pretty much people who mastered lucid dreaming. They go down in like tiers, right? So you dream inside of a dream, inside of a dream, inside of a dream, and the further down the layer you go, the more complex, you know, things get. Time dilation and all of that shit. I'm not gonna get too big into it, but that's kind of where the card came from. The idea of the card came from. So what this is saying, right, is that cards that you generate from other cards that you generate from other cards that you generate from other cards cost 0. So you'd have to be 4 layers deep in, right, in order to get the benefits from this card. Now, I made this card on a whim. Like I said, it wasn't like humorous, but I don't know. I really didn't have an idea for any kind of current deck archetype that could even run this shit. Like I said, you've got to be 4 discover layers deep into in order to benefit from this, right? I know this. I got the TV on in the background. That's why the lights. I hope. I guess that's epilepsy warning. I don't know. But yeah. When I went into the comment section, though, apparently people were loving the hell out of this because of the new Mage Legendary that came out called Time. I know it's Toki. I just want to make sure I get the name right. Let me go into the comments real quick. Time. Is it Time Looper Toki? Let me just pull it up real quick. Time Looper Toki. Yes, it is. All right, so yeah, Time Looper Toki, the new Mage Legendary that came out, the 3 mana 3/3 used to be 4 mana. I think it was 4 mana 4/4. It just recently gotten buffed like hell, so it's become. I've seen it a little bit in casual play. But 3 mana, 3/3 time looper Toki. Battlecry, get 3 random spells from the past. When you play all 3, you get another time looper Toki. And people were loving this card specifically for Toki support, right? One of the comments say right here, you could theoretically have infinite 0 mana spells with Toki once you loop her for 4 times. The 4th Toki comes from Toki, which comes from Toki, which comes from Toki. And all of the spells that come from Toki, which come from Toki, which come from Toki. All of her spells and every new Toki are free. So, you know, this could very easily snowball into just getting, it's a free mana, pretty much. I was gonna say 3, but 0, so free mana, 3/3, and all the spells that you get from it are free, and then you can just play those spells, and you can just constantly play out new Toki, new spells, new Toki, new spells, and it's free real estate, baby. So people were loving this card for that specific reason. Some other comments here mention like Echo, Synergy, Light Speed. Sure, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't really think too deep into it. This is just meant to be like one of those flavor cards that's just a callback to some real life, you know, movie media culture shit. But I'm glad people liked it. So yeah, I'd say I'd give this a 3 out of 5. People would run this just to try to get the free shit. Like I said, and it's a starter game effect, so it's not like you really got to put any. Like, it's not like something you have to wait and pull into the hand and battle cry it for the rest of the game if it's started the game, right? So you could really dedicate the majority of your deck construction to, you know, getting into where you can go for Discovers Deep all the time and getting those free cards, you know? So, like I said, 3 out of 5, maybe even 2.5. I don't know about, with Toki though, I keep it at 3. Like Toki, people really like this card because of Toki. So 3 out of 5. Next one up. It's also me. I'm sorry, I spent a lot of time on the subreddit. Divine Rager. I made a Rager card for the first time. You know, I feel like everybody had already taken all the good ideas, and I thought about this one. I was like, okay, it technically counts, right? So it's a 3 mana 5/5 neutral elemental Divine Rager. I think there's already a card called Divine Rager. I'm not sure. I wanted to call this Holy Rager at first, but I was like, nah. It has Divine Shield, so 3 mana 5/5 Divine Shield, but it dies once it loses Divine Shield. So in a way, it is essentially 1 health, excuse me, right? You hit it once, you break the Divine Shield, and once you break the Divine Shield, it dies. So it is a long way around of calling it a 3 mana 5/1, which is the gist of how Rager cards are designed, right? You got the Reborn Rager, 3 mana 5/4 with Reborn. It has Battlecry die, right? And so it gets resummoned as a 3 mana 5/1. You have Amgam Rager, which is a 3 mana 1/5. It's a 5/1 turned on its head. So it's 3 mana 5/1. You messing around with those 3 stats, right? That's generally the Rager meme behind it. So even though it's 3 mana 5/5, you hit it once, break the Divine Shield. That technically counts as 1 damage, even though Divine Shield negates damage. You are still hitting it for essentially what is 1 damage, and then it dies. People liked it. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Would I ever run it? Maybe in Silence Priest, right? You get away with purifying it or silencing it, or hell, you could probably even. Nobody ever runs Shadow Flame anymore. We know we're not in 2015 Hearthstone, right? Nobody's fucking running Shadow Flame with Warlock. But I guess if you wanted to do that 4, 5, 6, 7, you get a Flame Strike, right? The 7 mana investment with Shadow Flame, deal 5 damage and all of that shit. So, I mean, like I said, it's just for the culture, right? I don't really see anybody really playing this. Here, let me double check the comments. I don't know if I should post the comments on here, by the way. I'm gonna post the cards to the side and shit, but I don't know if I should like post the comments. I'll think about it after I get done with this video. Top comment: this with the Divine Shield break after 3 hits, rank 1 legend. You know, we got that legendary paladin card. It's a taunt. I don't remember the fucking name of it, but it makes it to where your divine shields take 3 hits to break instead of 1. I haven't seen that card get played. I can't call on, you know, I can't evaluate how good it is. You know what, I maybe have seen it like once or twice ever since it came out. You know, in gimmicky divine shield decks. I know divine shield paladin, like bubble paladin, is starting to become like a little thing that people play. I haven't ran across it yet, but I've seen videos on YouTube about, you know, YouTubers trying it out, and it's actually doing pretty fucking good or whatever. So, you know, if now's as good a time as ever to go ahead and see if that fucking card works, right? It's all right. Hard countered by Blood Knight on curve if playing first. Original Magma Rager is way stronger than this. Sure. If you don't remember what Blood Knight is, 3 mana, 3/3 minion, neutral. Battle cry, all minions lose divine shield, and you gain +3/+3 for each shield lost. So yeah, that is a pretty fucking hard counter. You turn your enemy's 3 mana 3/3 into a 3 mana 6/6 on curve, and you lose the divine rager. So you just, you know, it's not good. I could see, you know, how that could just be a bad thing, but I don't think people would slot Blood Knight simply for this, especially because Blood Knight is an epic. It's 400 dust, you know. I mean, if you just got 400 dust and just be throwing around for some gimmicky ass shit like that, then sure. But I know me, I'm a broke ass Hearthstone player, and you know, 400 dust, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot, you feel me? But I ain't gonna get too deep into it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I could see the counterplay potential. I mean, if Bubble Paladin became meta, I would absolutely see people burning Blood Knight, maybe in an ETC or something like that. But yeah, I get the sentiment. I absolutely get the sentiment. Let me see other comments. Let's see. Incorporeal. That's March of the Lich King. Oh man. I feel like Incorporeal is better than this. I know Rager cards are supposed to be bad though. Incorporeal is a 2 mana 5/5 neutral common. After this minion attacks, destroy it. And yeah, after the comment below it says that, you know, Incorporeal dies after attacks, but this doesn't. So I mean, it has its pros and cons for both cards, right? Incorporeal, it can take damage. It's a 2 mana 5/5, right? It can take the 1 damage and still be alive, you know. Contrary to Divine Rager, where if it pops that Divine Shield, it's gone. But at the same time, Divine Rager can attack and not die, right? If the opponent has no way of dealing 1 damage to, you know, pop your bubble, that's 5 damage that you can just constantly keep pushing out to the face and whatever the fuck, right? Incorporeal, when the first time it attacks, it dies, right? So like I said, there's pros and cons to both cards. Would I ever play Divine Rager? Yeah, it was just me wanting to make a Rager card. I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. Maybe 3 if you manage to find some kind of synergy with it. Like I said, Silence Priest will probably want this. It's a 3 mana 5/5, so I mean, that's really fucking good. What other 3 mana 5/5 is there? I think the Unlicensed Apothecary from Warlock, but you take 5 damage to the face whenever you play another minion. Not that good. Unless you're playing Demon Seed, which I have been playing Demon Seed with Unlicensed Apothecary. Dude, I get Blightborn Tamsin in like turn fucking 5. It's so good. Pair that with Hearthstone and you're just healing back for the 20 damage you just smack yourself in the face with on the turn. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but just know that card is fucking goated in Demon Seed. And there's also Malefic Rock, 3 mana 5/6, I believe. 3 mana 5/6 sounds right. You battle cry, you attack your own hero, so you smack yourself in the face for 5 as an additional cost for 3 mana 5/6. So I don't know any other 3 mana like 5/5, 5/6s outside of that. So I mean, like I said, Silence Priest will probably want to run this, but outside of that, yeah. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. Next one up from Mayfray, Meifray. I'm gonna get these names right, guys. I mean, if you guys ever come across this video, I'm probably gonna link it. Hopefully that doesn't break fucking the rules of the subreddit. I kind of want to show this to you guys, so you get your guys' opinion. But you know, if I get your names wrong, just tell me the pronunciation. I'll try to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. 2 mana, 1/1, true agnostic believer. Battle cry, invoke everything. Yes, everything. I don't know what this means exactly. Invoking everything. Obviously, invoke is a keyword that came from Galakron. Galakron is, if you don't know, in lore, is the big daddy of dragons. You know, he is the big dog dragon. He's above Deathwing. He's above Ysera. He's above Alexstrasza, Raystrasza, Nosdormu. Yeah, he is like the grandfather of all dragons. Bros, he is that dude, like, for real. So like in the game Hearthstone, they have Galakron for every class, and they have this keyword called invoke, where you play the card that says like battle cry, invoke Galakron, and the more times you invoke Galakron, the stronger your Galakron becomes over time, you know. And every time you invoke the Galakron, you gain additional effects depending on your class. So like, I can't call it off the top of my head. It's probably wrong, but I know, like, I think Shaman had one. I think Shaman's invoke was like, you know, you invoke your Galakron and then you get like a rush minion. You summon like a rush minion. Here, let me double check. Galakron. Shaman. Is it gonna tell me? I can probably type it. I know I'm wasting time here, you guys. I'm trying to figure. I don't want to tell you wrong, but like, okay, this is taking too long. Yeah, just take my word for it, man. I think it has something to do with like summoning rush elementals, like. Yeah, because Galakron summons the storms with rush. And like you said, if you upgrade it, then it goes like, you know, from 2/2 storms to like 4/4 storms to like 8/8 storms. So it's a card that ramps up depending. It's like kind of like OG Cthulhu. If you remember what OG Cthulhu was, where you had to, you know, give Cthulhu +1/+1 or however the hell they called it back in the day. It follows the same premise. But invoking everything, going back to the card now, invoking everything. Let me look, because let me look into the cards, because I gotta see what the hell everything means. Let me see. Top comment. So a 2 mana 1/1 that adds a random priest minion to your hand, adds a random lackey to your hand, gives your hero +3 attack this turn, summons 2 1/1 imps, and summons a 2/1 elemental with a rush. See, I got it right? It summons a rush elemental. I remember that shit. And it fully invokes Galakron. Honestly, I think this could be a 5 mana understated neutral legendary that would make Galak maybe actually playable in WoW. As it is, however, it's a funny joke card. Damn, so it does all that? Invoke everything. Huh. It does all of that, huh? Okay. Adds a random priest minion, adds a random lackey, +3 attack to the hero. Excuse me. 2 mana 1/1. 2 1/1 imps. Excuse me. 2/1 elemental with rush, and it fully invokes Galakron. Does it fully invoke Galakron though? I thought it just invoked it one time. I don't know about invoking, fully invoking, like maxing out Galakron. I don't know about that one, but for the value that you get off the 2 mana 1/1, obviously you have to have Galakron in the deck, so that's always you know, I'll let y'all decide whether or not that's a downside or not. Like, I understand like the gimmick behind Galakron and like it's cool or whatever, but like, yeah. But yeah, for the value that you get, like I said, random priest minion, random lackey, +3 attack on the hero, 2 1/1 imps, and a 2/1 elemental with rush. So this is technically overstated, right? Because if you take all the stats into consideration, 1 mana 1/1 plus some 2 1/1s, so that's 3/3, and then a 2/1, so that's 5/4. 2 mana 5/4. Give your hero essentially 2 mana 5/4 battle card. Give your hero +3 attack. Add a random priest minion to your hand. Add a random lackey to your hand. Yeah, that being just off what it is, and it's a common card. Okay. I don't know if this would be considered broken. I'm pretty sure. 2 mana 5/4, right? People would run it. Aggro, maybe. I don't fucking know. Like, because you got to think about it, right? 2 mana 5/4. That's pretty fucking solid for stats, and it's giving you 3 plus 3 attack on your hero, and it's giving you 2 free cards in the hand. So it's that's really fucking good. Like the comment says, like it needs to be 5 mana, understated, neutral, legendary. I don't know about 5 mana 5/4. All of the shit I mentioned. I think you'd get away with it being an epic, a 5 mana epic. I don't know about a legendary though, like, but a 5 mana epic, not bad. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable for a 5 mana play though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, sure. I can't call it on this card, man. I can't call it on this card. I see the vision now. It's pretty fucking cool. But I can't call it. I think 2 mana is pretty fucking cheap though. It might be too much. Like I said, 2 mana 5/4, all the shit I listed, right? So I'll give this 1 out of 5. I'll give this sorry, what do I give this? Like, I see the vision, so I'll say I give it a 3 out of 5. And I really want to give this a 2 out of 5. Not because like it's bad. Like I said, I see the vision, but like 2 mana 5/4, all the shit I listed, right? The 2 mana 5/4, first of all, and then all of the value that you get out of it, it's broken, right? It's unbalanced. But like if you give it, like, make it a 5 mana, or at the very least 4 mana, this could easily go up to like a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, that's kind of my stance on it. Sorry if that rating was a little bit common. You know, so I'm saying I'm not the best judger in like value, like cards and shit. Like, I try to be reasonable about shit, but yeah, as it stands right now, it's just busted. So like I said, bump it up a little bit on the mana cost, 4 or 5 mana. Then we can talk. Then I can jump it up to a 3.5. But as of right now, I'm gonna have to call it at a 2. Good card though. Good card though, for real. All right, next one up from Evanger NW again. Humorous card. I think I should probably notify y'all whenever I run across those, so whether or not y'all want to take them seriously or not. Humorous tag. Let's see. Neutral mana. Good lord. It's early in the morning, guys. I literally just woke up. Neutral card. It's an epic 10 mana mech. 10 mana 8/8 anti-emo giant. Costs 1 less for each emote your opponent has used this game. And it's another slide. Okay, so there's 2 cards. Hello Giant. Neutral minion epic mech. 15 mana 8/8 taunt divine shield, costs 1 less for each of your turns in which you have used the hello emote. Alright, so the anti-emo giant is obviously the antithesis to the hello giant. I want to go to the first one first, because that was the one that really caught my attention. Anti-emo giant, I would probably slot in like in an ETC. Because I play wild and casual. The amount of fucking annoying ass people that I come across, who like to spam greetings and all that other shit, it gets annoying. It gets frustrating. I normally squelch those motherfuckers. I wonder if this card works even after you squelch your opponent. I hope you don't have to sit there and actually endure the fucking emote spam. But like I said, I run across so many players nowadays who want to fucking spam hellos and threatens and wows. Like, I give a shit. Like, it's really fucking annoying. Like, you typically squelch those people so they don't get into your fucking mind and mess up your play. That's literally why you squelch them, right? because that shit can irritate you. Like, you know, they have an answer to your board or something, or they eat one of your key cards in your combo deck or some shit, and then they want to spam emote, and it just throws you off mentally. And then you just, if you weren't gonna lose then, you're definitely gonna lose now because you're in your feelings, right? That's pretty much what it is. It's a whole psyche game. So if I could benefit from them being assholes to me and getting a free mana, you know what I'm saying, free as in free real estate, a free mana 8/8, sure, you just gotta emote 10 times. So essentially wait 2 turns, because they're gonna emote 5 times a turn, because that's just the kind of people they are. You get 0 mana 8/8, you could probably do something with that. That's a pretty solid card, I ain't gonna lie. Even though it's humorous, like I said, I'd probably run one in the ETC, see where it goes. You run into a lot of assholes in this game, man, like for real. So for this card right here, I'm just gonna give it a 4 out of 5. That's a pretty solid card. I enjoy the joke behind it, and you know what I'm saying, if something like this was in the game, I would absolutely play it. I would say give it tradable. You know what I'm saying? Because if you run across a decent player, then it's just like, it's a 10 mana 8/8, do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a 9 mana 8/8. You know, if, like I said, the guy's cool and you greet him and then he greets you back, but then doesn't really say anything else after that. It's a 9 mana 8/8 at best. Give it tradable. So you, like I said, if you're not running across a shitty player, you can just pop it back in your deck and get an actual useful card for whatever the board situation calls for. But that's my only gripe with it. If it had tradable, I don't really want to throw out 5 out of 5s that much, because like it kind of just undervalues, it just undermines the value of what a 5 out of 5 rating is. So I'll say I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5. I would definitely run it in an ETC then if it had tradable. Probably. Definitely tradable. Maybe an argument could also be made for like charge. I know people don't like charge. I get you. I get it. But like 10 mana 8/8 rush, or because like the point of this card is you're supposed to be profiting off of your opponent being an asshole, and you want to capitalize on that. And in today's Hearthstone, like a 0 mana 8/8. Well, if your opponent's an asshole, then it's probably gonna emote 10 times, maybe by like turn 3 or 4. So the 0 mana 8/8 on turn 4, turn 5 for the most part. Maybe it doesn't need charge. Maybe I'm thinking too late game about it because I see that 10, right? I'm like, okay. So maybe it doesn't need charge. It could probably use rush though. You wanted to have some kind of immediate board presence. I know with it dropping on turn 5 for free, that's plenty of board presence enough, but the point is we're trying to punish an asshole player. You know what I'm saying? If he can just kill this motherfucking thing, like you run across a druid that's being an asshole and you're like, okay, now I get to drop a 10 mana 8/8 on turn 3 for free, and good luck dealing with it. And then they just fucking naturalize it next turn, or they poison seed it, you know, if it occurs on the turn 4 or whatever the fuck else. You know what I'm saying? Then it just kind of beats the point. You didn't do anything with the card, especially if they already have a board presence. So an argument can be made about having given it rush or charge. I don't fucking know, but definitely tradable. As it stands right now, that's a 4 out of 5 card for me, man. That's pretty solid. Next one up is like I said, it's the Hello Giant. We have to cover this one. Costs 1 less for each of your turns in which you've used the Hello emote. Yeah. Like, I get the joke. It's supposed to be for the Annoyatron. Annoyatron, and you know, it's the mech. I think it's 2 mana, 1/2 Divine Shield Taunt. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the joke behind it is you play the Annoyatron, and its intro sound is hello, hello, hello. That's the whole gimmick of Annoyatrons. They just say hello a million times, right? I get the joke, right? But for each of your turns in which you use the hello emote, So if I'm reading this right, that means you have to use hello 15 turns in a row in order to get this into a 0 mana 8/8. It's not saying that you have to just say hello 15 times and then, like, you know, each time you say it goes down by 1. Because if that was the case, then you could drop this down turn 1 just by saying hello 15 fucking times. And can't you even get it out that fast? I don't know, because like if you spam emote, the game puts you on a cooldown for your emotes. I can't remember like how long the cooldown lasts for, so I don't even know if you could fit that all 15 in turn 1 any fucking way. But that's not what the card is saying. It's saying that, you know, each turn in a row where you said hello, so you say hello 1 time a turn, and you say that for 15 turns in a row, this becomes a 0 mana 8/8 Divine Shield taunt. Like, I get it. I have to call this one a 1 out of 5, man. Like, nah, this would be annoying. So annoying. Like, if I see you casting, if I see you fucking spamming, well, I can't even call it spamming, but if I see you just, you know, doing the hello emote 1 time a turn, I'm automatically gonna know what the fuck you're doing. And I'll just kill it. I mean, to be real, that's, like, you have to do this 5 turns in a row in order to even make it playable. Unless you have like Ysera in the deck that gives you the extra mana crystals, but even then you still have to wait 5 more turns in order for you to use it, unless you're fucking mana ramping, you know, with the druid or whatever. So it's just nothing to really write home about on this card. Like I said, I get the joke, but nah, this is a 1 out of 5 for me, man. I'll look at the comments real quick. Drops 2, top comment drops 2 0 mana 8/8s on turn 2. Wow. 0 mana 2 mana 2 0 mana 8/8s turn 2. Yeah, for the anti-emote giant. Yeah. Like I said, if you fucking spam emote me 10 times on turn 1, you deserve to take 16 to the fucking face on turn 3. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, stop being a dick. Like, just being honest, man. So there's nothing really to talk about. The comments ain't really talking about nothing. But yeah, so like I said, anti-emo giant 4 out of 5 for me, man. Just give it tradable. Just give it tradable and you got a solid card. But that other one, fucking Hello Giant, it's a 1 out of 5 for me. Alright, keep going. How many cards down are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more to go. I haven't been keeping track. Alright, 4 more to go. Best Silence is the name of the user that posted this. I hope I said that right. Alright, 10 mana 10/10 Pelagos the Arbiter. It's a common card, but it has the legendary dragon banner on it, so that's interesting. Start of game. After all of your start of game cards trigger their effects, remove them from your deck. Something 25 card deck, right? I mean, for the most part, like, you really only want the starter game of cards in your deck for the starter game effects, unless it's something like what is it, Cho'Gall, the 6 mana 6/7 taunt lifesteal. Like, I've had that save me in a couple games before, I'm not gonna lie. But I guess you do lose out on like Ysera, where the battle cry gives you 3 extra mana crystals and shit, and this is just mana ramp. But like cards like what's the name of that fucking card? 5 mana 5/6 demon. Summon, put 5 random legendary minions in your deck. I can't think of it right now. You wouldn't lose out on anything with that. I wonder how that interacts with the Cthulhu the Shattered, because you know, start a game, it breaks it into like 5 pieces and then it puts it all in your deck. But you're not technically losing the card because you have to reform the Cthulhu by playing all 5 of the cards that get put into the deck. I think it's 5. I'm not gonna really, I'm not gonna, but I think it's 5, right? So it makes me wonder how that interacts with it. Is it going to kill, like, is it just going to destroy all the 5 pieces of Cthulhu that's in your deck? Or do you have to, is it going to destroy the reformed Cthulhu that comes back after you play all 5 cards? Well, no, it wouldn't happen like that, because like I said, this is a starter game. So obviously this would be last on priority because you need all of the other starter game effects. I mean, that Renathal is going to be gone, that Prince Malchezaar, that's his name. The Prince Malchezaar, that 5 mana, 5/6. Shuffle the legendary. That one's gonna be gone. If you're running Druid, that fucking what is it? Rune Totem card is that Druid card that benefits from Imbue. That's gone. So a little bit of deck thinning going on, but you gotta run a lot of starter game effects in here in order to like really see any kind of benefit from it. But I don't know. I think I'm not. Before I look at the comments, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is probably broken, right? Because like you play the cards that you want, all right? You put them in your deck, like for let's say like aggro or any kind of combo deck that just needs certain pieces, only those certain pieces, and everything else would typically be tutors. You would, if you were just rich like that, you know what I'm saying? If you just had the rich boy status like that in Hearthstone, you would just slot in like every fucking start of game effect that you could that wouldn't get in the way of you getting your combo pieces or you playing your aggro cards, and then you would just pop this in, and then it would free up your board. You free up your deck by like what, 5 cards. So like I said, it starts something 25 card deck, and Pale Ghost is evenly statted, so it's not like you're getting an understated minion on top of it. So I mean, and it's common with the legendary banner. Like I don't know how to, is it a legendary or is it not a legendary? I don't know, man. Like I don't know where you, is it like in between? I don't know, man. I don't know where you were going with that, but. Just off the top, before I look at the comments, because the comments are probably going to prove me wrong, but I'm gonna just say this is a 2 out of 5, maybe a 1 out of 5. I'll give it a 1.5 out of 5. It's some serious deck thinning capability, man. Like granted, it's a huge legendary cost investment because all the starter game effects are legendary, so you'd have to spend a pretty penny just for the deck thinning. But you would be a fool to think that people would not drop like 7,000-8,000 fucking dust in order to make their deck 5 cards smaller. Like that's just how it is, man. So I'm gonna call this broken, but let's see what the comments say. Yeah, top comment automatically. This was literally free advantage at no cost. It is unironically an auto-include in most decks. Fucking exactly. I don't even think I need to look down any further. Like everybody shares the same sentiment that I just did. Like it's just 5. You thin your deck by 5 cards and you don't lose anything, because like I said, if it was like start of game, destroy all start of game cards in your deck, it would still be broken, right? Because you're deck thinning, but at least at that point, you don't benefit from the other start of game effects, right? And so instead of Prince Malchezaar giving you those 5 legendary minions in your deck then dying, it would just die and you wouldn't get shit from them. So I mean, it would still be broken, but it would still be more balanced than whatever this is at this point in time. It's a 1 out of 5 for me, man. I was gonna give it a 1.5, but it's a 1, man. That's a lot of deck thinning going on, and you're not paying anything for it. So yeah, that's just my stance on it. So 3 more cards left. We'll go down here. User slash y'all's names, bro, I can't be reading it. Yesursipi. I think I said that right. Yesursipi or some shit. Y'all gotta tell me, man. Y'all gotta tell me how y'all's names are pronounced, man. Yesursipi. We gonna call it that, right? This is their card. It is an 8 mana weapon, paladin and warrior. It's a rare. 10 attack, 2 durability, gargantuan great mace. Battle cry and death rattle make both heroes immune this turn. Ooh, I knocked my foot into the table. I mean, honestly, man. Battle cry and death rattle make both heroes immune this turn. So it's not like you can't whack them in the face for 10. But you could also not take damage that turn too. So like you could trade. And you could kill, right? This is an 8 mana destroy a minion immune while attacking, essentially, right? But yeah, I guess you could use it for the death rattle effect, because you would replace it with another weapon, and then like you could benefit from the other weapon and be immune that turn as well. But it's, I don't think, well, I think Warrior has a cleave weapon where it's like where it damages adjacent minions and shit. I know Paladin doesn't have that, but I can't call this one, man. I don't. 8 mana, right? If it made you, this is why I'm not good at balancing cards, man. Because I probably, my suggestion is probably way fucking worse. But it needs it to where you are also immune on your opponent's turn. It's 8 mana, dude. Like, best case scenario, you kill 1 card with this. You kill 1 minion with this, right? Unless by some grace, God-given grace, you give it Wind Fury. And then you 8 mana, destroy 2 minions. That's not good. That's not good at all. And if you do use it twice on the same turn you use it, then you just waste your second immune. Right? Because ideally, you would want to play this, get your immune, do whatever you're going to do with it. Next turn, right? You either swing with this, swing face with this, or swing whatever with this, and then play another weapon, or you just play the weapon then and get your immune. No, I don't think this one's that good. It's 8 mana, man. It is 8 mana. That's a pretty steep cost for something that, like, if it just made you immune, it would be better, right? Because at least you could smack the hero in the face. Like, it's 8 mana, dude. Like, come on, man. You giving your opponent immune off of that is just really dumb. Like, I hate to be, I don't want to be mean about it, but like, you get what I'm saying though. Like, it's not that good. So I can't call it on this one. I'm gonna, just before I look at the comments, I'm just gonna go ahead and before I look at the comments, I'm just gonna say it's a 1 out of 5. That's a 1 out of 5 off the rip. I can't see really any good application with this. Let me check the comments just to be sure. Top comment is absolutely toxic. I love the flavor of being able to swing into it and hit a minion with this. I worry about this with upgrade shenanigans. Second comment is neat. As far as huge weapons with insane effects, this is the least toxic since it's tricky to go face with. Yeah, and can't you just wait a turn and go face? Like, yeah, you wasted 8 mana last turn, but if you were in the lead or you have a way to stabilize, then you can absolutely justify doing that. Also, the death rattle can be easily avoided by swinging face with the minions first. Now that I think about it, the battle cry can also be avoided by playing a dude that equips it from the deck. I didn't think of that. I did not think of that. That could definitely be a workaround. If you're spending 8 mana to not attack and do nothing else, you're already either A, in a spot where you go in the game, or B, so desperate that you're going for a YOLO. If you swing to remove something that has 1 hit left, it makes them immune for that turn, so you either have to finish them with that 10 and board, already winning the game, or you just get a Pyroblast. If you swing into a minion with the second hit, you get immune after taking damage, so you also don't just remove 2 minions free. I'll jump my rating up to 2 out of 5. Then people are talking about trying to find workaways to where you can bypass the immune effect. Like I said, it's 10 damage to the face if you can pull it off. Like, and that's having it where the enemy is immune is just kind of like the big setback. But if people say there's ways you can work around it and shit, and like this comment says, like, if you're playing this on curve, like, 8 mana, like you said, you're either in a spot where you're already winning the game, where you can just waste a turn like that, or you're just desperate. So I can't call it, man. I'm gonna say it's just a 2 out of 5. I'm not gonna try to really think too hard on this one. It's alright, I guess. Next one, I think this is the 9th one, so we got one more after this. Oh, damn, it's already 48 minutes. That's shit. I hope, whatever. Mayfrey, another one. Nice to see you on here twice. I think you were on here 3 times. I can't remember. 1 mana, 3/3 weapon. Demon Hunter Warrior. Rare. Rented Scimitar. Costs 1 mana to attack. I enjoy the hell out of this card. I'm not even gonna lie. I love the gimmick behind it. In fact, I wish more cards had something like that, where you have to pay mana to use them. That's good. I just, so it's essentially it's 1 mana to equip it, right? If you decided to, if you can't swing this on turn 1, right? You can't swing it on turn 1 unless you coin. But if you coin, then it's a 2 mana 3/3. So you 2 mana deal 3 damage. And I guess the argument could be made that you're dealing 3 damage 3 times over because of the durability, and you could always add more durability on top of it. You probably could drop down the durability to 1. I mean, not to 1. You could drop it down by 1, so it'd be like a 1 mana 3/2. But yeah, costing 1 mana to attack is such a genius idea. I wish, like I said, I wish more cards did it. It would definitely open up some more design space on like overstated minions or overstated weapons, or just minions with really good effects, or locations with really good effects that require you to invest more mana as you use them. And it's 1 mana, dude. Aggro Demon Hunter would run the fuck out of this. Unfortunately, there's no aggro warrior. I really wish there was an aggro warrior. I play aggro, not all the time, but like, yeah. I think the closest thing warrior has to aggro is pirate aggro, which even then it's kind of because you need to do the quest line for it, and it just eventually goes from aggro to tempo or mid-range or whatever the hell you guys want to call it. It's one of those two, but Demon Hunter, aggro Demon Hunter would absolutely run the fuck out of this. It is not even a question. Costs 1 mana to attack. I feel like this should be an epic instead of a rare, just because of how unique the ability is. Typically when you color code your rarities, they typically follow like a reasoning, like, you know what I'm saying, commons are just regular cards, rares are just better common cards, but epics, those are the ones for like niche effects, right? Enemies take double damage from spells, or starts dormant once a certain amount of minions die, this awakens, and all of that shit. Typically epics are used to fill in a niche for your deck that allows your deck archetype to flourish. And this is such a unique card, it would have to be epic. I don't know if you could get away with it being a rare. This one would absolutely have to be an epic. They'd have to make some more support around it, where if you like spent mana this turn, trigger X effect on a minion or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But yeah, this is a solid card. I would give this a 4 out of 5. Maybe even a 4.5 out of 5. This is just really good. Let me check the comments real quick. This is going to be almost an hour-long video. I'm so sorry to anybody that's watching this as it is. Like I said, it's my first video ever. I'll get better at making it more concise. But let's just see how this goes. Yeah, top comment. I really like this design. Balanced through mana usage on weapon is quite a unique and good flavor. Everybody, yeah, very cool design. Everybody likes it. Everybody likes it, and for the same reasons that I like it. This is definitely a 4 out of 5 card, if not a 4.5. This is really this is a really good card, dude. You showed your ass with this one. This one's no notes. This is alright. Yeah, this is good. I was thinking about maybe you jump it up to 2 mana, but you don't need to do that, because like I said, you're already paying 1 mana to attack with it every turn. So I got something in my nose. Sorry. I'm trying not to be nasty, but I don't know. Good card, man. 4 out of 5. Good shit. Last one from u/magical desks. 3 mana, 5/6. Rager from Below. It's a neutral epic demon elemental, 3 mana 5/6. At the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to all characters. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Deal 5 damage to all characters. It's obviously a way fucking better Hellfire. You know, Hellfire being the 3 mana warlock spell where you deal 3 damage to all characters. It's essentially a flame strike that hits everybody. I think the closest card you could have to like compare to this is Elemental Destruction, which is that old ass shaman spell card, shaman epic, where it deals 4 to 5. Is it 4 to 5 or have they made it a static number? It should just be let me see, Elemental Destruction. Yeah, it's still 4 to 5. So yeah, 3 mana. It's a nature spell, and it's an epic. 3 mana, deal 4 to 5 damage to all mains. So it can either deal 4 or 5 damage with an overload cost of 2. So that's like the closest thing you have to compare with it on a power level scale. Obviously, it's better because you don't overload, and it's neutral, so any class can use this. It's at the start of your turn, so it's not an immediate effect. You know what? This might actually be pretty balanced. Like I said, it's an at the start of your turn effect. And you would really only want to use this whenever your opponent is about to get like a super serious board. Like, they would already have to have something on the board to compel you to even play this shit in the first place. Like I said, it's supposed to be a 5 damage AoE to pretty much everything, right? But you don't want to just drop this on turn 3 because you are expending what could otherwise be a really good board clear. I don't know. Because you obviously don't want to play this when they have a board, right? Because they'll just kill it. They would kill it. I mean, playing it on curve, playing it on curve, it's all. I'm trying to think, right? Because I see the potential here. I'm just trying to think about, enemy counter ability. Like I said, they could kill it, but it has 6 health. So I mean, unless your opponent's on turn 4, I'd say it'd be pretty difficult to kill if they didn't already have like 1 or 2 minions on the board. But even then, if they trade into it and it's not enough to kill it, then it was a waste because it still triggers. Now, granted, you don't have the Rager anymore because it deals 5 damage to itself and it's already below 5 health, but it gets the 5 damage off to everything else, including the enemy. I don't know. I want to say it's balanced. I feel like it's pretty fucking balanced. You know what I'm saying? Is it better than Doomsayer? Yeah, an argument can be called for it, but like, I don't think so. You know, Doomsayer is always gonna have a special place in my heart. I was here since classic Hearthstone and shit. I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but. Okay, I think it's pretty solid. Just off the looks of it, I'd say I give it a 3.5 out of 5, maybe a 4 out of 5, but no less than a 3.5. It's a pretty solid card. Would I run it? Absolutely. I would find some way to run this. Let's look at the comments. That's not a Rager. That's the Balrog. I don't get the joke. I don't get the Balrog joke. I'm sorry. Cool flavor, interesting idea. Says, I think it's kind of bad when it's like depth charge, but 2 mana more expensive just to hit face for both sides, and you only need a 1 damage ping. You could say this, since it has 5 attack, it can actually trade if they want to hit minions with it, but I don't think I've seen depth charge ever played before, and 3 mana might be too slow. But the comment below it, which has way more likes, upvotes, excuse me, I'm on fucking Reddit. The fact that Depth Charger can be traded into without loss of minions makes it a completely different card. I'm pretty sure this is a powerful card. That's kind of my gripe on it. Like, I think it's pretty fucking good. How good though, I don't know, but I would absolutely try to find some way to run this. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's a 3 mana 5 damage AoE, and if your opponents do decide to hit into it, they lose the minions any fucking way. So I mean, like, it kind of, you know, it fulfills its own purpose in more ways than one. So I would say a 4 out of 5. This is absolutely a 4 out of 5 card. Good job. I enjoy it. All right, that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards, and we are just now under the 1 hour mark. So this is my first time ever making a video like this where I rate custom Hearthstone cards. Like I said, obviously I'll get better with it over time, make it more concise and whatnot. I'll probably shorten it down a little bit more with the editing, post-editing and whatnot. But for right now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little breakdown of custom Hearthstone cards. My name is HeroesBane1191 on the subreddit. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I get to see you guys again for the next one. Peace, and continue making these bomb ass cards, man. God bless.